You mean the insurance company gave you $7,200, which was just about the amount of what was outstanding on the loan?
Your Honor, it was told out. I do have a letter from the insurance company that says...
Did you interrupt me again? I mean, it's only silly people interrupt when it seems to be that they're winning. Only silly people do that. Do you understand?
What if someone tries to kidnap me? I said, you weigh 225. Good luck. They're not kidnapping your ass without an iPhone and a box of Oreos. That's the only way that's gonna happen. I said, Frankie, do you realize how lucky you are? You had a phone. I didn't have a phone in school. Your mom didn't have a phone in school. If we needed to make a phone call, we had to carry change, or we had to call collect. What's that? Oh my God. Trying to explain the concept of a collect call to my kid is like trying to explain rocket science. He'll never have to deal with it. He'll never know what it's like to be out late somewhere and have to use a phone. First of all, to find a payphone. If you see a payphone now, you look at it like, oh wow, they forgot to take it down. Get your camera, take a picture, because that shit's gone. Take a picture.
How much regular child support do you pay?
Regular child support, they're garnishing my wages off of that, but it's
Starting when did they garnish your wages?
about a month ago.
Forget a month ago. Before that.
Before that, when we went to court, my child support was $1 a month because she didn't show up to court, so she lost by default.
It was $1 a month.
Yeah, 50-50 custody. It was split right down the middle to where I pay for 100% of him when I have him, and she pays for 100% whenever she has him.
But that changed, sir.
Yeah, we went back to court.
And when you went back to court, who brought that action?
I did, both times.
What did you want?
She was denying me visitation of my child. So this is, I don't know how this is all tied into the car thing. It's
I know how.
irrelevant-
I
it's
know.
irrelevant
I
to the
actually
situation.
know. I actually know how it's all tied in.
Yeah. Can you?
I actually do know how it's
How?
all tied in. I don't have to explain it to you. Everybody out there, 10 million people know. If you don't understand it, go home. Your mother will explain it to you. She understands it.
Okay.
You sold him a bike and you got paid in full. That's what it says, $1,600. So
Okay.
he's coming to get the bike. He's coming to get the bike.
But can
the
I-
bike belongs to him. It doesn't say, I'm going to sell it to him when I get a surveillance camera system that works, when I get tires that I like. It says, I sold him.
Can I show you the pictures of the tires?
No.
I don't know.
No. This contract, sir.
Have you ever bought something that you had to take
First
back?
of all, I've never bought anything in my life.
But have you
I have bought something.
Have you ever bought anything that
occasionally,
you've
but
had
I've
to
never
return?
bought anything.
Have you?
Listen to me, sir. I'm a lawyer.
I understand that.
And I told you before, I don't answer your questions.
If someone took your car and then you see them a block away from your home and you say,
Are you asking me? Are you asking me what I would do? Would I say to my husband,
calling the police.
jump in the car, we're going to go confront this thief?
Yeah.
Would I say that?
Oh,
No, not on a good day, not if I took my meds.
For me to know that I'm gonna have a good experience at a taco truck, I always research, I look to see who's running the truck. For me to know that I'm gonna have a good time, I wanna make sure that it's an all-female crew. Not to sound sexist, it's just that when it's all women running the truck, they make me feel good about myself. They make me feel special. When I walk up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I have a buzz, they make me feel good. Hello? They come to the window. Hola, mi gordito, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo está este gordito, chulito, este gordito? ¡Qué bonito! A ver, ojitos. I feel like a kid. I'm like, can I have a taco? Whatever you want me to get, I'll get it for you.
Sit! I didn't ask something. No. Sit.
Do you really
Sit.
believe that every
Sit.
child is in the home that it should be?
Just a second. Would you
I'm
remove
just-
him, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I have the payment list right
Listen
here.
to
Your
me.
Honor.
have to leave?
I don't doubt for a moment that you paid a certain amount of child support every month.
That's correct.
Mr. Smith, how long have you been driving a cab?
About 20 years now, ma'am.
How old are you?
I am 60 years old.
And how old are you?
23 years old.
At some point, Mr. Smith, you picked up the defendant in your cab. According to you, you became friends. According to her, you became friends. That's nice. And then, according to sort of both of you, you invited her to crash at your two-bedroom apartment anytime she needed to. So far, is that about right?
That's correct.
Yes, ma'am.
No, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Ridiculous! Not normal. Not normal. circle. Don't show me a whole picture. I'm not interested in a whole picture. I'm interested in solely, only the vine that you're talking about. Because there's lots of greenery back there, and I'm old and I don't like to get confused.
Let me be clear. This is here.
So
this
is this.
I'm telling you
This
now,
is
Miss
this.
Wilson, if you confuse Byrd, you're definitely going to confuse me.
I'm not confused.
If you, oh, he looks confused. I've known him for 35 years. He definitely looks confused. Is that what happened?
No, ma'am.
Even at the best of those events, if I believe every word you say, you're responsible for his medical bills.
No, Mel.
Oh, I'm telling you, you are. That's why we're here. That's why I went to law school and you didn't.
Right.
Get it?
Yes.
I don't give a rat's behind how much you paid for the steak knives.
But I even have
listen
text
to me.
messages.
I don't care how much you paid for the steak knives.
So-
you got it? I don't care what you paid for the steak
I
knives.
understand, but Your
If she-
Honor, when I met her, I interviewed her. I told her there would be an application. I told her there would be a background screening. I have text messages that she would give us that
Just a second.
information.
Just a second. You went to work for 5 days and left your children with her without a background screening.
My husband was also home.
So is he useless? Why didn't he put the knives in the right place? Do you understand? Do you understand? I assume your husband does something else.
Yes, he
because
works full time.
He works full time from home?
Yes, correct.
Well, if he works full time from home, then you needed somebody else to watch your children. And if she was in charge of watching your children, you left her alone with your children for 5 days without a background check.
So I stand her up, and immediately one of the paramedics, hey, she hit her head. She shouldn't be standing. I said, listen, I'm the artist performing here tonight. I accept full responsibility over this woman. I got her. It's cool. Plus, she's tiny. We're only walking 10 feet to the merchandise table. No big deal. She said, come on, I got you. Let's go. As soon as we start walking, she starts venting. Mr. Fluffy, you have no idea a kind of week I have. My son, he married this girl. She no cook, no clean. Move into my house. Now I have to cook and clean for two. Oh, some bull. And I'm like, oh my God, that's gonna happen to me.
Did you cut trees that were at the fence line?
I cut trees that were on my side of the fence.
No. Well, you can't do that.
Why can't I?
Because you've been put on notice from him that he put the fence in and he gave himself 8 inches. And you were not to cut the trees that were in that 8 inches because that was his property.
I don't believe him.
Well, then just a second. I don't care whether you believe him or not. If you're a neighbor and your neighbor tells you that, then you don't go and trim the trees at the fence line. Does the kid go in a car seat?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you put the kid in the car seat, you can't turn your head around and look at your dogs. You're putting the kid in the car seat.
It was after the kid had already rode his bike down to the mailbox.
Kid in the car seat. You weren't there. You know nothing.
Okay.
You weren't there. You're the excuse maker.
I was going to put my kid in the car,
And
and I saw my dogs run across
why
the field.
did you let the dogs off leash?
They usually go right into the car. To load up
But
in the
they
car.
didn't. No, that's not what you told me a moment ago. Fibber, fibber. Watch your temper. He doesn't want to be your boyfriend anymore. He's got other girlfriends. Good for him and good for you. You have no reason to drive around in front of his house. You have no reason to be anywhere near him.
I don't want that dude if my
Oh,
wife
well,
put
but
him
you
on.
do. I actually believe him. 100%.
I want a drug addict. I don't.
Well, madam, you picked him.
Yeah. 14 years ago.
You picked him.
14 years ago.
Well, if you picked him 14 years ago, and if you knew that he was trouble, then it would seem to me that the second dumbest thing you did was have a child with him. Listen to me carefully. I don't care about your father, because if something's not true, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Great. You left the kitchen without your snack. You went to the front, and what happened?
Well, before I was at the front door, they were like not really making loud noises, but they were kind of like talking, I think, and I think that's what kind of...
I don't care what you think.
Okay.
what you think is irrelevant to me. The reason that you went to the front door, sir, not because you think anything. The reason that you went to the front door was what?
To let Charity out.
When you got to the front door, what did you see?
Charity was already out of the front door. I had to run.
So when you got to the front door, the dog was already out the front door and had already bitten her.
Yes.
Got it?
Your Honor, she came back.
Judge.
Okay, sorry.
You went there without permission of the owners. When they weren't home, you or somebody on your behalf took property out of their home. That's what courts are for. That's
not on my behalf, Your Honor. It was not my idea. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, then you have stolen property in your house.
Your Honor, went and got his stuff.
No.
He was living there in the house, and he took his stuff with him.
Listen to me. They had a right to file a protective order against you because that wasn't the only time Trenton went back to the house. Right, Trenton? If that's what your mother is saying, you went back to the house again. And when you went back to the house again, this was over some other property, not your bed and dresser. This was over an Xbox. And when you went to the house that time, was the door locked?
Yes.
And you were already living with your mother?
Yes.
I'm asking you a question. I mean, I'm writing this scenario. I haven't been in this business 2 seconds, you know. Now, when I get those phone calls,
I'm sorry.
I usually say, have a happy life, goodbye. My husband is not so kind. You can hear him from the other end of the house. How did you get my number? Follow my instructions clearly. Take my name out of and my number off of don't ever call me again. You call me again and I'll... And sometimes he decides to answer the phone when he gets one of those calls when we're at dinner. It doesn't matter. He's personally offended. What you should have done was click the phone off. Because if something sounds too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. What's your first name?
Kendall.
You'll only have one mother and one father. And it sounds to me as if for at least a period of time, a good period of time, your father was involved in your life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It would be stupid for you to cut him out now. Really stupid. Make peace. It's easier. Do you understand? You left to go away for a week. And you stayed for at least 3 weeks, probably more, leaving your 3 children neglected because one of them was not in an appropriate school. You did that because of some guy who is probably not the father of any of your children. You owe her $900 for taking care of her children. You have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is she made false claims to Child Protective Services against you. Pay attention. They're not false. You neglected your children.
This was
You
recent.
neglected your children. Educational neglect is neglect. You put your needs, your birthday, ahead of your children. I would have called CPS on you. I want you to say, try practicing in the mirror, standing in front of a mirror, saying, it's my fault.
It's not my fault,
It's
Your
my
Honor.
fault.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
the gravel's fault. It's not the grass's fault. It's my fault. Yeah, stand in front of the mirror and say, oh, that's my fault. I fell. Well, I fell because I wasn't looking where I was going. The sidewalk didn't move. Well, it's the city's fault. We're going to sue the city. The city should not have built the sidewalk where it did. If it was smarter, we would have built the sidewalk a couple of inches over. So this wasn't my fault. My broken leg is not my fault that I didn't see the sidewalk. Young people have to look in the mirror and be able to say, my predicament is my fault. Do you understand why I don't believe you? Do you understand why I don't get you? You had no right to go over there and confront him, period. And if you hurt your back in the process, Frank, that's too bad. Do you understand?
I understand.
Perfect. It's very sad when neighbors don't get along. And clearly, I assume you work, Frank?
I'm disabled.
You're disabled and you went charging over to this property? What's the nature of your disability?
I have
What did you tell
neuropathy.
the government that the nature of your disability was?
I have had bad heart. I've got 5 stents in my heart. I've got
Is that what
neuropathy.
so what are you doing
I'm
going
on
charging at your
oxygen.
neighbor?
I didn't, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, yeah, you did. Because
No,
you,
I didn't.
You pretty much told me that you did. Because I read your answer. I'm just asking you a question.
A man can get shot in the middle of the street. People just look at each other. Somebody pick him up. Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India except a cow. It's believed that cows are people who have died and they've been reincarnated, and their new life is now the cow, which is why they don't eat them and why they give them all the love and respect in the world over there. I saw this firsthand. There's a cow crossing the street while we're driving. We wait for the cows to finish crossing. The cow that we had laid down. The driver just shut off the car. I asked the driver, what's going on? We cannot honk at the cow. We must wait for the cow to move. We drove past a dead body 15 minutes ago. That is probably him.
According to you, you went away. Nothing happened with the hot water tank, with the hot water heater. You got sick, and you came back early. When did you come back?
I came back on July 20th.
Well, you can't leave August 10th and come back in July.
No, I'm sorry. I left July 10th and came back July 20th.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous. I'm sorry.
Don't be nervous.
All right.
I only eat plaintiffs on Thursdays. Today's not a Thursday, is it?
Gotta have something to show the cops when they get here.
Did the police arrest you?
No, they didn't. I was exercising my First Amendment right.
No, you can exercise your First Amendment rights, but if your conduct is disorderly, they can arrest you. Do you understand?
It wasn't just a conduct. It was.
Oh, I could actually make a case for that. If I lived in the house across the street from you and I had children in the house, young children, and you were screaming with a bullhorn profanities, I would call the police and say there's a lunatic in the front of the house who is disturbing the peace, and I have young children in the house, and the police would come and arrest you.
I don't know where he went. Excuse me? What? Me drive? Oh, hell no, I'm f***ed up.
Listen to me, sir. You're a lawyer in the state of Washington, and I'm certain the state of Washington has the same laws of most of the other states in this country, and that is, when you have a written contract, anything that you say is within the four corners of this agreement. If Mr. Price said, well, we had an agreement for $243 an hour, but after we signed this agreement, he said, I'm only going to charge you $100 an hour, you would laugh in his face, and you would say to me, Judge, you know he can't say that. We have a written contract for $243. So what you as a lawyer are trying to say to me, that you orally changed the terms of this written agreement by saying I'm not going to charge you more than $3,000 when this contract says nothing about that?
No, I did not change the terms of the agreement, Your Honor.
Well, then show me where it says that the maximum fee will be $3,000.
It doesn't say that.
Of course it doesn't say that.
For some reason, Mexican people and only Mexican people have this sound that comes out of us that can just discredit anything you put in front of it. It doesn't matter what it is. We can kill it with that sound. I just graduated from college, top of my class. Fine, I'll work at Burger King.
Papi, this is my fiance. He loves me. Fine, I'll be a whore.
Both of you, you didn't make this one child to make his life miserable, I assume. You made this child either on purpose or by accident, but you made this little being who didn't ask to be born. So don't make us like crazy. Do you understand?
I understand.
And your primary responsibility when your son is with you is to him, period. Nobody else. You were a brat. You were a brat.
Well,
instead of taking your shoes and putting them in your room, I'm following what you're saying to me. How old are you?
34, Your Honor.
Well, that's like a 12-year-old. I'm putting my shoes back where they were in the living room.
Well, not back where they were. I definitely put them off to the side because I considered the fact that they may have been in someone's way, but I just didn't think
you must have given him trophies when he came in fourth in the race.
Regardless, I woke up the next morning and found that there was a toilet full of and nobody had flushed. I made a point of mentioning it to Mike, and he responded by telling me, well, now you know what it's like to live with a slob. And I thought that was a very...
Well, that was stupid of him.
I asked him where my shoes were.
Just a second. Your mic?
Yes, ma'am.
That was stupid of you.
Yes, ma'am.
A man can get shot in the middle of the street. People just look at each other. Somebody pick him up. Nothing stops the flow of traffic in India except a cow. It's believed that cows are people who have died and they've been reincarnated and their new life is now the cow, which is why they don't eat them and why they give them all the love and respect in the world over there. I saw this firsthand. There's a cow crossing the street while we're driving. We wait for the cows to finish crossing. The cow that we had laid down. The driver just shut off the car. I asked the driver, what's going on? We cannot honk at the cow. We must wait for the cow to move. We drove past a dead body 15 minutes ago. That is probably him.
I don't feel I owe her anything.
That's not what you wrote here in your answer. I'm just telling you, it's a whole different story than what you wrote in your answer.
Well, I had a lot of time to think about it.
But it wasn't so long ago. I mean, when I say it's a whole different story, it's like watching Bambi or watching Schindler's List. We're not talking here about, you know, things that are even close. We're talking about, you said you took the car to Mercedes because that's where your sister wanted you to take it. You called her from there and you said you didn't have enough money. They wanted $110 to look for it. And she told you to just leave it there. That's what you wrote. That's what you wrote in your answer. The story that you just told me now is Bambi.
Let me stand.
But this is, I mean, I'm not wrong. This is what you wrote.
No, you're not wrong. Let me stand corrected. I paid them, but they wanted more money. I called her.
And she said?
That she's not paying. She didn't want it.
Of course she's not going to pay. It's your car.
30 million people read this article. No one thought to call me. Except Martin. That's right. Martin was the only one that called me. And I think that was just to verify that he still had employment. I got that phone call. Hello? Martin was like, hey, you dead? No, man, I'm good. I figured you would have texted me. And I would have, because that's the kind of friend I am, you know? I even asked my son, Frankie, I said, Frankie, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. I go, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. So, well, apparently I died. Welcome back.
And his legitimate beef with you is he was physically injured by your cats and their fleas. And he showed you that. And whether the matter was resolved or not, that's something that would certainly make me very angry as a tenant.
I have receipts from Orkin that I did file an extermination complaint.
It shouldn't have happened in the first place.
The cats were
It shouldn't have happened in the first place. You want to live with cats with fleas, that's your problem. But you don't rent a room to somebody in your house for $700 a month and expect them to tolerate your flea-bitten cats. That's outrageous. You're done. You're gone. Goodbye. You take your case back to the small claims court where it came from. Do you understand?
Seriously?
No, not seriously. Super seriously. I'm not accepting this, sir.
Why not?
I'm going to tell you why not. Because there's no valid reason for him not being here. It was notarized in California, and the reason he says he can't be here is because his schedule is hectic. That's not a reason.
Okay, ma'am.
That's
how about
not
the
a
person
reason.
in Canada? What are you gonna expect them to fly down? Why don't you just make your claim, make your judgment for her? Okay, let's get this over with, so I don't waste my time from work anymore. Okay?
Very good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000, and the countersuit is dismissed.
No way.
Your Honor, Is there something wrong with you? Are you in a courtroom?
She's lying about that. That's
You're
bull.
Mr. Williams, you're in a courtroom, sir.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to have to shout over you. I have to preserve my voice. I have a lot of cases to do today. I mean, that was your deal. That was your contract with him, $1,500, which you didn't pay.
Yes, ma'am.
And there's still a balance due. Let me do this on this new calculator that they put here, because believe it or not, somebody stole the calculator off my desk. So now I have to learn to work a whole new calculator, which is not easy for me.
What's your citizenship? I'm in the driver's seat, right? I'm all freaking out. I'm like, officer, I'm American citizen. So is my friend Felipe. And then I look at Felipe, right? Please, Felipe, don't mess around. Don't be cracking no jokes right now. I have a warrant. Don't play, dude. Don't play. Fool, I'm not gonna say, shut up! So then the officer looks at him, right? Amigo, what's your citizenship? And he looks at him, right? Hey, officer, I'm American citizen, fool. And then he does this. Hey, hold on. Hey, you guys in the trunk, keep it down. Next thing I know, we're outside on the ground. Dude, you're an ass, bro.
If something is too good to be true, it's because it's not true. Do you understand?
I understand.
You know, watch that show Fantasy Island?
Yes.
The plane is coming. That's fantasy world. We live in the real world. In the real world, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And if something looks too good to be true, it's because it's not true.
Can I get a
What color was he supposed to paint this room?
Yellow and blue like it was painted. The trim is supposed to be white. All the trim and the closet is supposed to be painted white.
You were going to paint these closet doors white?
Yes, Your Honor.
My friend Felipe. Oh, I freaked out.
So when you said to her, why aren't you going to wiggle the door, and you want me to wiggle the door, what did she say to you?
I guess she wanted to see me wiggle.
That's a... Got it? So, what did she say to you, sir? That was a cute answer.
I know.
It was a cute answer.
No,
There's only one star here. That's me. I have the job.
That's why I love you.
Yeah, I know. Me, not so much.
Because food brings people together. That's right, unless you're vegan. In which case, you can leave right now. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care if I offend you and your salad. You can leave. Bye. And the only reason why I'm so on the vegans is because I once was vegan. I know some of you are like, no. Yeah. I was vegan for a little under a year. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, oh, that's not, you weren't even vegan then if it was less than a year. But think about it. Anyone who has ever gone on a diet knows just how hard it is to change your eating habits for 1 week, much less a year. And they told me, they said, you're going to lose weight. And they were not lying. I lost weight, patience, and friends.
And at that time, you were 17 years old?
No.
How old were you?
Me, currently, I'm 32.
Oh, you're 32?
Yeah. I wish I was 17 again.
Me too.
No.
Me too.
That'd be nice.
Am I correct, am I reading right, that you were telling the young women who were using the one working toilet that they couldn't flush paper down the toilet, that they should take the paper outside?
In the cupboard trash bag, yes.
That's ridiculous.
Well, you have 100 people who throw I can't have that. People throwing paper
They
down.
weren't 100 people.
Yeah, well,
no,
for all parties, that's the rule.
No, listen to me. That can't be the rule. What was the name of the person that you were going to help to move that night? Bob what? Bob what? Get on your phone and give me the number. Get on your phone and give me this Bob's number. Because I'm going to call Bob. And you know what I don't like?
What's that?
I don't like to get up from this bench. So of the more than a dozen arrests you had, none involved drugs, none involved alcohol, none involved theft, none involved trespass, all involved assault. Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
What else do they involve other than assault?
I'm just talking about this case, Your Honor.
I'm talking about who the
I'm
party...
going to talk about this case at hand. If you don't want to discuss this case, then we can just dismiss it.
Right, then I'm dismissing it. Thank you very much.
All right,
We're
thank
done.
you. You have a good day.
How much damage was done to the paint on this $1,200 car?
I have an estimate for $800 approximately.
If you think that I'm going to give you $800 for a $1,200 car that is now a year older than when you bought it, you are operating in some other zone. because that's not going to happen. You want to show me a picture of the car?
Unfortunately, I didn't bring a picture. I do have a copy of the estimate.
I don't
and
need
I
a
also
copy of the
have
estimate.
registration where it is in my name.
I don't doubt it's in your name. And he says he poured gasoline over it. Didn't light it. You thought better of that. But it's a bad temper.
My t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite.
Sounded good when you put it down on the complaint that you can't sleep at night, you toss and turn, you think that people are going to come into your apartment. That is a lot of, who shot John?
Great, I can't
Right.
put you there. But
So
you know what?
now-
you know what?
now, tell
I'm not
me-
lying.
now tell-
Miss Judge
now-
Judy.
now tell me,
That's kind
sir,
of rude
what
to
is
tell me
their
I'm
rent?
lying.
What is their, yes you are, what is their rent for a month?
Their rent is what? What is it? $550?
What-
$550 a month.
I am not lying. You
Judgment
can't
is
tell
for
me
the
that.
plaintiff. Judgment is for the plaintiff. The amount of 1 month's rent. Your 5-minute visit, sir, just cost you a month's rent.
I was at the house, and I was eating a cookie. And it was good. And all of a sudden, I got a pain in my side. It was one of those pains that not even a good fart can get rid of. You guys know what I'm talking about? Well, sure enough, I wound up in the emergency room, and it was the scariest feeling of my whole life because the first thing they did to me was they stripped me of all my clothes. And not in a sexy way either. They take all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty green hospital gown. You know, the kind where they tie it in the back and your butt is showing, right? Little kids walking by. Damn. Oh. So I see my reflection in the mirror and I realize at that moment with all that green on that I do not look like a comedian. Oh no, with all that green on I look like damn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname either. It was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, look at that chubby boy. He looks like Shrek, huh?
Because if what you're telling me is true, then the cars that are coming from the opposite directions, they now have a green light, and you're still in the middle of the intersection.
Which is why I need to turn now.
No, you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have been there. What? You can stand up when you talk to me. Okay, sorry. Do you understand what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been there. You have to maintain safety when you drive. Now, but say I believe him that he got into the intersection, turned yellow, there were still cars going on, so now he waited until it was green and he made a turn at 1 or 2 miles an hour.
I was at a dead stop sitting there. In the middle.
Impossible by virtue of the impact on the car.
The maximum amount of work.
No.
Oh,
I
the
asked
agreement.
you, now listen to me. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a homemaker.
Okay. What kind of work does your husband do?
He is in the restaurant industry. He works 3 jobs.
Does he get paid when he works?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason he works 3 jobs is because he needs money, right? He needs money to support you, he needs money to support his daughter, so he works and he gets paid. How much money did you pay Miss Waylock, who did your daughter's hair and makeup for 6 days and traveled 2 hours, 1 hour each way to get there? How much did you pay her? The response to that is a number.
$100.
$100. You're outrageous. You're outrageous.
Your Honor, I have receipts where we paid for her hotel and we bought her tickets to the pageant.
Who cares about seeing your daughter in a pageant?
See, first of all, any alcohol that will make you say its name is not safe. And that's the only alcohol that will make you do that. That's the only one you hear people. Jaeger! You don't hear anyone else. You don't hear Mexicans. Tequila, way! You don't hear black people. Hennessy, playa. You don't hear Japanese. Whoa, saki saki! Jaeger is scary for a few reasons. One, I'm type 2 diabetic. I shouldn't even be drinking, but Jaeger has twice as much sugar in it. Second thing is the consistency. It's very sticky. It's like cough syrup. So if you drink too much of it, it holds on longer than anything else, and it's nasty. When you drink it, you're like, ah, palatos, palatos, palatos. It's horrible.
What do you do for a living?
So, I'm a
Don't think about it. It's not, somebody said to me, what do you do for a living? I would say, I'm a lawyer. I'm a judge. Somebody said to Byrd, what is he? He's in law enforcement. The answer wouldn't be, I don't understand. I'm so old. I don't understand people who are 30 years old. They don't know what they do. Well, I do a little of this. I do a little of that. I use my mother's bank account. Live in the basement. Play the guitar.
That's the problem.
Finding myself. I'm a snowflake.
Can I help you? I say, yes. My friends are telling me that I need to try this thing called a chocolate cake shake. Okay, what size would you like? How good is it? You want a large. All right. Can I please have a large chocolate cake shake? No problem. There I pay. And she turns around. She turns around and she walks over to this little refrigerator that's on the counter. And she opens it up and she pulls out a piece of chocolate cake. And I'm thinking to myself, she must misunderstood what I said. I didn't ask for a piece of chocolate cake. I asked for a chocolate cake shake. She must have heard what I was thinking because she's walking by and she's like, it's gonna happen.
You're a moron.
How?
You're a moron.
That's not me.
You're a moron. So's your mother.
That's not me.
Why? You're a moron. So's your mother. You have a protective order against you for 3 years. That means that a court found you guilty of the acts that were committed here on the 18th of November of 2017. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I don't care about not remembering the date or getting your dates confused, getting your county confused, getting the state confused, getting your brain confused. You have a protective order that found you guilty of the acts alleged on November 18th in a court. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then you're guilty. Then you're going to fix the window. And if a court found you guilty...
How, if that wasn't me?
If the court found you guilty, I am going to find you guilty. Do we get each other?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That wasn't
that
me.
Was,
and
it
it wasn't your
her.
mama. Okay.
I made the mistake one night of assuming the guy working the stand was Mexican. He wasn't. I even spoke Spanish to him, which is a no-no. The rule is, when engaging a brown person, you must speak English to them first, and then if there's a language barrier, then you go to Plan B high school Spanish. You start off in English. Hello, sir, may I? ¿Qué? No entiendo. ¿Qué pasó? Oh, hold on, I got this. Hola. Yummy. So I walked up to this guy at the stand, and I was like, he reminded me of a tío, so I was like, hey, ¿qué onda, compa? ¿Cómo estás? And, which is like, hello, friend, how are you? And he responded, what are you saying to me? I'm sorry, sir, I thought you were Mexican. No, I'm not a Mexican. I am not a Mexican. I am Greek. Greek? Shit, I was way off.
Is what you're telling me the car's in front of your house and you have no idea who paid off the loan on the car? Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know if it got written off. I didn't know that there was still that amount left until I looked into it recently before Gabby, because I just recently had a baby, and so we needed another car. And so I was going to sell that one and get the two other ones that we had and get another car. But Gabby had wrecked her car.
Where is the title to your car?
Pioneer Federal Credit Union has the title to my car.
Why?
Because there was still a lien on it from previously, but then the balance is zero as of, I'm not sure when they
Well, then where's the title to the car?
The company, I have to file for it and get it and request it through the mail.
You gave her $1,000 for the car?
Yes.
She has the car.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't know whether she's a foot or horseback. She has no clue. I don't know how she's taking care of a child.
I'm actually a really great mother.
What happened when you took the car, Mr. Bridgman?
I went about a block down the road and took a left onto Woodlawn. On this particular road, there is a quite abrupt hill, and I was going about 15 to 20 miles an hour. There is ice on this road as it was very cold at the time.
So you live in a place where in January there's ice on the road and you're hanging around with the Moldy Blueberries who are smoking dope and drinking in a park.
Yes, Your Honor.
And he start cracking jokes, and I start laughing, I laugh. Then you come out on the stage, I cannot take, I can't breathe, I black out. And when I wake up, I have an ice pack on the head, blood in the eye, and the two young white paramedics, they both touch me right here. They say, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
What did you tell him?
Oh, never better. Susie, never have a two young white men touch me right here same time. Oh, your show very special, Mr. Fluffy. Very special. Your show like a make-a-wish. If I have a scar,
you're gonna sue me.
No. Not going to sue. If I have a scar and the friends ask me, hey, how you get the scar? Now I have a great story to tell. I'm going to say, two white men, same time. While a Mexican watch.
Indians invented hot and spicy. Most popular drink in Mexico is Fanta. Most popular drink in India is Fanta. Indian people worship cows. Mexicans love barbecues. A lot of similarities. Most of the people that I met over there were very hardworking and humble. And I gotta tell you, every time I talked to someone, I was always greeted the same way. They'd look at me, they'd put their hands together, they'd do a little bow, and they say, Namaste, which is an endearing hello. It's really nice and sweet. And then I noticed that Indian people, when you're talking to them, do this thing with their head where it will begin to move side to side as they're speaking. Now, at first when you notice it, you think, oh, he slept wrong. He just got a kink in his neck. Get a Tempur-Pedic! And when they start speaking, their head starts moving. And I noticed this. The guy is checking us into the hotel, and he's really cool. He's like, listen, if you have any problems at all, okay, you call the front desk, you press 0. We will send somebody to your room to help you. Whatever you need, we got it for you right here, okay? It's very good. And one thing I notice is the more they talk and the more excited Indian people get, the more the head starts to move around. Somebody at the hotel yelled out to the clerk, that's Fluffy. And the guy was like, oh my God, I don't believe it. I can do it. I thought it was you. I thought it was you. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. This is so crazy. Oh my God, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. Even crazier than that is that the mouth is actually connected to the neck. When the mouth stops moving, the head stops wherever the mouth left off. And when you see Indian people talking to each other, you can see it. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, okay, hold on. Wait, hold on, wait, okay. Like if you're Indian and you stutter, you are so screwed. Somebody stop him! I'm not gonna lie, you guys. When I first saw this happen, I thought it was hysterical. I thought it was funny. But then I started thinking about it. Head movement is just a form of expression. No matter where you live in this world, people express themselves in their own unique way, whether through facial expressions, hand gestures, body movement, extra words. Everywhere you go, things are different, and that's just how they express themselves in India. Now back to the whole Indians-Mexican thing. That is something else that we share in common with Indian people. Head movement. Now some of you in the building tonight are like, stupid, we don't have head movement. Yes, we do. It's a little different. See, with Indian people, the head movement is side to side. I love it whenever people from the UK come here to the United States, because when we hear you speak, you sound incredible, you sound amazing, you sound educated, you sound inspirational. That accent is so proper. It is so proper. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. We're drawn to whatever it is. You could be talking about trash. It sounds amazing. Who could leave all this rubbish here? This is such a travesty. This is all this destruction here all over the sidewalk. Okay, someone must tend to this at once. This is ridiculous. People are listening in. I don't know what happened over there, but the shit hit the fan. That guy from England is pissed. I don't know. What the hell is rubbish? See, it's very different. Now, when one of us goes over there, man, it's very, very different, because, see, we don't sound the same as them. As a matter of fact, As Americans, we have a certain way with the English language. Do you understand how we sound to them? I mean, seriously, do you know how they look at us when they hear us speak? We sound like this to them.
I'll tell you right now, the other day I was hanging out with Phil, right? That some bitch come over to the house. We had ourselves a good old time. It was just me and Phil.
And by the way, if you sound like that here tonight, I'm just kidding. There's just jokes. Don't feel like just, you know.
I'm gonna wait for his ass outside. I see how funny he is when he gets the parking lot. Fluffing my ass.
He actually bit you twice.
He bit me 4 times in my thigh and like 3 times in my arm.
Outrageous.
And he went for my throat.
What are you laughing for, you fool? What are you laughing for?
I am.
You look like a fool.
I am more.
I want to tell
I'm
you
more
something. You
taken
look like a
aback.
fool. You want to see her injuries? You look like a fool.
I actually did see her injuries. I cleaned them and everything immediately afterwards.
Shh. I don't know why you're laughing. I mean, if it's just an
It was more of
inappropriate...
a wow, because I actually saw the last bite and he was not going for her throat. I actually called him off of her. I mean, the bite is approximately here.
You're marrying her?
Yes, ma'am.
Good for you. Lots of luck with that. I want you to tell me how the stone got in that diamond.
It was from my ex-husband, who's now deceased, God rest his soul, and I took it from this diamond.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. The other diamond is my mother's diamond.
And was that in 2011?
Yes. My daughter was the jeweler at the time.
It's a slightly larger stone. So it came out of this ring.
Correct. Yes.
Put in this setting.
Yes.
That he paid for.
Yes.
He paid for the setting.
The setting only.
Right. He didn't pay for the diamond. Do you understand?
No.
Well, I'm telling you, he didn't pay for the diamond.
I received the diamond 12 New Year's. I received a diamond. I'm in the middle of this.
Well, let him buy you his own diamond.
See, first of all, any alcohol that will make you say its name is not safe. And that's the only alcohol that will make you do that. That's the only one you hear people. Jaeger! You don't hear anyone else. You don't hear Mexicans.
Tequila, way!
You don't hear black people. Hennessy, playa. You don't hear Japanese. Woo, saki saki! Jaeger is scary for a few reasons. One, I'm type 2 diabetic. I shouldn't even be drinking, but Jaeger has twice as much sugar in it. Second thing is the consistency. It's very sticky. It's like cough syrup. So if you drink too much of it, it holds on longer than anything else, and it's nasty. When you drink it, you're like, ah!
Palatos, palatos, palatos.
It's horrible.
Pay him back for the ticket. It didn't work out. Pay him back for the ticket. Nobody likes to be made a fool out of, and you are slippery. I mean, I'm getting such slippery feelings from this, which doesn't tell the whole story. You had not met this man. You called him complaining. He says crying. You say no, but I was expected at the meeting for my daughter, who's an actress. I was expected, and you didn't have the money. And that's really why you reached out to him.
No.
You had never met the man. You had never met the man.
No, ma'am, I had not.
And then you met him.
Yes.
And then after this, you met him.
I did.
And he said he liked you.
And I said I liked him.
And you said, I liked you. And then he said, well, we like each other. Would you take down your dating profile from the internet?
And
according to your answer was, no, I'm going to leave up my profile for a while.
That's not what I said.
Well, let's see.
What I said was that I didn't want to remove it.
That's what I just said.
Place it.
Can I help you? I say, yes, my friends are telling me that I need to try this thing called a chocolate cake shake. Okay, what size would you like? How good is it? You want a large. All right, can I please have a large chocolate cake shake? No problem. There I pay. And she turns around. She turns around and she walks over to this little refrigerator that's on the counter. And she opens it up and she pulls out a piece of chocolate cake. And I'm thinking to myself, she must misunderstood what I said. I didn't ask for a piece of chocolate cake. I asked for a chocolate cake shake. She must have heard what I was thinking because she's walking by and she's like, it's gonna happen.
At that time, senior management team gathered to discuss and determine it was necessary, based upon employee protocol, to place the employee on administrative unpaid leave. Do you understand what your daughter did? Do you understand what your daughter did?
Yes, but she didn't do that.
You mean somebody took her phone?
No, it's been
do you mean
copied.
somebody took her phone?
No.
Just coincidentally, is that what you want me to believe?
No.
You want this brain to believe that somebody took her phone. That's a cell phone? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody took her cell phone and called the employment of her ex-boyfriend and stated to them that he had numerous criminal charges pending against him, and then returned her cell phone to her? Is that what you want me to believe, Mr. Massaro?
No.
Is this what you want this person?
No.
Look at this face.
I'm Batman. I said, all right, Fabian, Mr. Batman's the best. Based on my t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. I'm sorry, bro. It's late. I'm tired. Can I have 2 tacos? What do you mean, can I have 2 tacos? I just finished tell you, I am not a Mexican. I am Greek. I do not sell taco. I sell gyro. Gyro? And then I remember seeing writing on the front of the cart, and I just thought it was like the guy's name or something, right? I was like, it spells it out. G-Y-R-O. Gyro. He got all pissy. It is not a gyro, it is gyro. That shit says gyro. It is gyro. Bro, I'm tired, it's late. What is a gyro? It's like a taco. Give me 2.
I'm not giving you a quarter. I think that you're a very bad businesswoman.
Ma'am,
I think
he
that you
3
are,
days later.
I think that
he
you
canceled 3
listen
days
to
later.
me.
My policy is no refunds.
Miss Nola. Miss
It's in
Nola.
my policy.
I'm talking, you're not.
I understand.
I'm talking, you're not. Let me tell you this. I just went over with him the dates. And
They're not
I said,
correct.
is all, don't speak. I said, is all of that correct?
No.
And you said, yeah. You want me to play back the tape? You said correct.
The dates are not correct. The facts are correct. The dates are not correct. He called 3 days after he booked.
Great.
I have no cancellation.
Just a second.
No
I'm
cancellation
speaking.
policy.
Hey, I'm speaking. Listen
No
to me.
cancellation policy.
I don't give a rat's
So why do people put these in
Listen
their...
to me. I don't give a rat's behind about what you're going to show me. I'm not giving you another penny. Not another penny. If the money went back into your account.
Because he was wrong. That's why he dropped the dispute.
No, let me tell you something. If I was in
Why
business...
did he drop the dispute?
If you're going to talk over me, I'm going to throw you out of
Why
here
did
and
he
not
drop
even
the dispute
explain.
would be my
Hey,
question.
just a second. If you're going to try to talk over me...
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to throw you out.
Yes, ma'am.
It would be my pleasure anyway. How long did you know Miss Ray before you moved in with her?
A little over a year.
So she was your girlfriend?
No, she was my friend.
You don't move into a one-bedroom apartment with 3 children, with 1 bedroom that you share with a friend. If it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true. Now, Miss Kopici?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
I have 2.
Any more on the way?
I have 1 on the way.
Mr. McDonald, the father of that child?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you meet Mr. McDonald?
I met him over 2 years ago. It'll be June.
And when did he move in with you?
We were talking for a year as friends. We did
He
hang
has
out.
a lot of friends.
Well, now we're here with baby, so we're different, fiance, whatever.
That just makes you a pregnant friend.
Maybe.
That doesn't make you a wife friend. That makes you a pregnant friend.
They said, well, Gabriel, if you consider yourself a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, moving forward, will you still be tagging Chick-fil-A in future posts? I said, yes, I will. But it's not because I'm not a supporter. I'm definitely a supporter of your cause, but causes are a two-way street. you got to support mine too. I said, I tag Chick-fil-A for the same reason I tag every other company I use organically. I'm trying to get free shit. Plain and simple, don't look past it. And I know some of you are like, well, Gabriel, don't you make money? Yes, I do. And you know how you keep it? Free shit.